I have to work with the options available for me. Now, I live way over here out on the, I don't know, I'm not a flat earther, but I do sometimes refer to it as the edge of the world. Woo, and it's tilted the earth here. So a lot of the events in person and live are in the US, Europe, and maybe sometimes there in Asia as well. So I really do have to work with what's available to me. I have to work and try and be creative to try and use those opportunities and options, or create my own opportunities. And so by being out of reach of the community and not being able to go to live and in-person events, I have to use online tools and recording. And I think that it's more of a question, if we think about it, in terms of reach and the method that we use, and engagement, how high or low engagement is. And I think in both in the methods that we're going to look at now, the effort that you put in and the creativity you have to put in can increase engagement even in online events. Now, first of all, when it's just a YouTube recorded video, your potential for engagement is high because, or rather, reach is high because it is available to anyone. It does also depend on a lot of factors like how many followers you have, what kind of quality it is it engaging from a content point and how it's being presented. But it is about trying to reach people. And yeah, I could shift that somewhere further along if it was a great video. It could be highly engaging, but maybe in this explanation, I'm talking about engagement in terms of in-person live engagement. So our next option is recorded and streamed online, and this is like on the YouTube sense, that it's live, a premiere. So it's still the video, but it's almost scheduled live, and you can chat in the chat side of things and engage that way, but it is a limited vector for engagement. Live and streamed online is what we're seeing a lot of today with your online live events, and if a event has the ability to do so, then you can present to a live audience. You can take questions and answers. Potentially you can swap around and see people on screen and get quite creative, but it's also available as a recording, so your reach is still reasonably high and slightly higher than, I guess, a recorded video. And because of the live interaction, it also tends to raise engagement, even if you are limited with the methods that you're using. Now, thinking about live and in-person events, and these are your SharePoint Saturdays and Microsoft 365 in-person events, which we've been so limited in being able to attend. They have high engagement because you're in person. I can see you, I can come up and shake your hand, or maybe not in this sense. But the engagement is higher, and certainly the interaction and the options to engage are higher. Being able to line up after a talk and ask and answer questions, go and grab a drink with someone later, and all the more vectors in terms of discussion and people that come out of that session talking about it and reflecting on it. So definitely high engagement, but lower reach. It's all about the people that come along to that event and in person, and with it not being recorded, the reach is quite low. And that might be a good thing. If it's an event that's highly attended and highly respected, then that's fine, that's great. And you've got your options to engage in person. Lastly, the ultimate option of reach versus engagement. You are live and in person, So you're presenting to a live audience and you can talk and interact and share, and you've got all the different vectors that you can use and options to engage with people. You also are streaming it online. So you have the online audience that can also interact with you, and if you're got the setup right, you can interact with them and take questions from an online audience. And lastly, your reach is increased because of the video that may be available online. And so that's the top option for me. I've had a few opportunities to use that option by coming along to Microsoft Ignite, or maybe some event that allows me to live stream while I present in person. But that's where I get the highest engagement. Now I know that there's a discussion about effort as well and quality, and that sometimes a YouTube video can be just thrown together, and you've got your content there and it's not easy or great to watch, but I would say there still can sometimes be a lot of effort put into YouTube videos, even the shorter 4-minute ones or whatever, to try and do to create a lot of quality. So it is a question with many facets, but I think this is one interesting way to look at it in terms of reach versus engagement. And I don't think that it necessarily has to hurt the community. Take it from someone who has to engage with a community from the edge of the planet.